A sudden plumbing crisis has got to be one of the most stressful things any homeowner can face. But having a clear, step-by-step playbook can really turn that panic into control. So let's dive in and build that playbook for you.
Just picture it. It's the middle of the night, and you're jolted awake by the sound of rushing water. And right away, that panic starts to set in, right? Water is spreading across your floor. What is the very, very first thing you should do? It's a terrifying thought for sure, but having a plan is what turns that pure panic into controlled action. So in that first moment, your mind is just racing. And while what you do right then and there is crucial, the most powerful resource you have is professional help that's available anytime. So let's talk about what an emergency service actually is.
So what exactly is an emergency plumbing service? See, it's not just some plumber who might pick up the phone after hours. No. This is a dedicated operation that's literally built for speed and urgency. Their whole mission is to respond to disasters, anytime, day or night, to keep you safe and get your home back up and running as fast as humanly possible.
Okay, so before you even pick up that phone, there are a couple of things you absolutely must do right away to get this situation under control and stop the damage from getting worse. This is the moment you go from being a victim of the situation to being the one in charge.
Let's break this down. First, and this is the big one, stop the water. A burst pipe can dump gallons of water into your home every single minute. We're talking thousands in damage, unbelievably fast. So this is non-negotiable. Find your main shutoff valve and turn it off. Second, once the immediate threat is contained, get on the phone and call for help. And third, when they answer, try to stay calm and just tell them exactly what's happening. The clearer you are, the better they can prepare on their end.
Now, this next part is a super important warning. When you're panicking, it's really tempting to try and fix things yourself. But the experts are crystal clear on this. Do not attempt dangerous repairs. Listen, water and electricity, that's a deadly mix. And if you even think you smell gas, you get out of the house, period. The bottom line is simple. Know your limits and let the professionals handle the dangerous stuff.
Okay, you've stopped the water, you've got someone on the phone. Now what? Let's talk about what happens next and how you can make sure you're getting the right help from a company you can trust.
The term plumbing emergency can mean a lot of different things. It's not always a crazy burst pipe. Let's look at a few common ones that'll have you calling for help fast.
For instance, a major sewer backup? Man, that's a serious one. It's not just about the mess and the property damage. You're dealing with a real health hazard from that contaminated water. That needs immediate professional attention. Then you've got water heater failures. That's another really common one. Maybe it's a huge leak flooding your basement, or maybe you just have zero hot water. Either way, it can be a big problem, and depending on what failed, sometimes even a safety risk, so it's definitely a priority call.
And then, at the absolute top of the emergency list is anything to do with a suspected gas leak. This isn't just a plumbing problem anymore, right? This is a genuine life-or-death situation where you need an expert there like yesterday.
So when you're on that call, even though you're stressed out, you gotta put your smart consumer hat on for a second. Ask these key questions. First off, are you licensed and insured? That's for your protection. Ask them if their quote includes trip charges or if there are gonna be extra after-hours fees. And finally, make sure they'll give you clear, upfront pricing. Getting these answers can save you some nasty surprises down the road.
All right, deep breath. Help is on the way. But what should you expect when they get to your door? Knowing the process really helps bring that stress level down a notch.
So here's how it usually goes down. The dispatcher will give you an estimated time of arrival. Once the technician arrives, their first job is to inspect the problem and figure out exactly what's going on. And here's the most important part. They should give you a written estimate before they start any work. That's non-negotiable. It keeps you in control of the cost.
And you know what's pretty cool? These days, pros come equipped with some amazing tech. We're talking things like tiny video cameras they can snake down into your pipes to find the exact spot of a break without having to tear open your walls. It's just so much more efficient and way less messy.
So we've walked through the whole emergency playbook, but honestly, the best game plan is to never have to use it in the first place. So let's switch gears from reacting to preventing. All right, this is your action plan, your homework. First, and I'm serious about this, as soon as this is over, go find your main water shutoff valve. Next, get an emergency plumber's number and save it in your phone or stick it on the fridge. Then, think about scheduling an annual plumbing checkup, just like you would for your car. And finally, you could even look into things like flood alarms or smart valves that can automatically shut your water off the second a leak is detected.
So I'm going to leave you with this one question.
After hearing all this, can you honestly say your home is ready for an emergency? An emergency is basically a pop quiz, and with these steps, it's a quiz you can absolutely ace.